This is a natural dietary supplement extract from tropical sorghum biocolor, researched, refined and confirmed as a powerful antioxidant. It will increase your blood to required levels and boost your immune system rapidly. Jobelyn improves the fertility rate in both men and women. Jobelyn protects and provides energy for mother and child all through pregnancy and at childbirth. Jobelyn purifies your blood. It deters and effectively controls chronic heart diseases and blood-related conditions like hypertension, arthritis, diabetes, sickle-cell anemia, stroke, and even HIV and AIDS. Daily intake of Jobelyn protects the body from infections and guarantees a healthy and happy family. Jobelyn has no known adverse effects. Produced by Health Forever Products Limited, Dikpeolu Street off Obafemi Awolowo Way, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. Available in sachets and capsules for adults and syrup for children in all leading pharmaceuticals nationwide. Consult your physician for prescription.
30 capsule Jobelyn now comes in a new pack.
Live healthy. Live Jobelyn.
No health condition has caused so much furor as HIV AIDS in recent history. The disease has killed over 25 million people since 1981. It is one of the most destructive diseases in recorded history, from 50,000 deaths in 1986 to 4.9 million in 2007, and already 18 million orphans in Africa alone. What is responsible for all these deaths?
HIV AIDS has become really very notorious. It's the talk of the town, and it is spreading like wildfire during the Harmattan. Let me include that. Simple reason is that there is no known cure. There is even no vaccine that would have stopped it. And as everybody knows, it spreads through interchange or infection by body fluids. By body fluids, I'm sure you all know that semen, vaginal fluid, blood, breast substances, and it's spread by sexual intercourse of different types. And unfortunately, sharing of sharp substances that pierce the skin. Now what really happens is that this HIV, which I'm sure everybody knows already, the human immunodeficiency syndrome, deficiency virus, feeds on, survives on, and multiplies inside the chief security officer of the human body, the CD4 T lymphocytes. What it does is that, in a way of looking for its daily bread, I would say, it penetrates into the CD4 cells, which happens to be the chief security officer of the human body, uses its contents to build its own offsprings. In short, gradually but surely destroying these CD4 cells. The end result is that the CD4 cells gradually reduce in number. The ability of the human body to ward off infection drops, and then the so-called opportunistic infections, or let me start saying the opportunistic germs that lurk all over the world, seize the opportunity to invade the unprotected human body, leading to the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. When these massive myriads of infections spread through the whole body, it leads to devastation, it leads to anemia, and finally, it leads to the death of the human body. The unfortunate thing is that this can easily be remedied at a given stage by administration of simple things I may say, simple things like Jobelyn. But you will realize that in the course of this discussion, the most important thing that we need to do is definitely the prevention of this infection from getting into our body.
The initial stage of HIV infection occurs 2 to 6 weeks after contact with HIV. The symptoms may include mild fever, weakness, joint and muscle aches, signs similar to those of common cold, and there may not be any further symptoms for many years. Left untreated or undetected after the initial stage, what happens?
After infection, in 3 to 6 months, the HIV screening test would reveal the positive situation, the positive condition in someone. But the problem is that no one goes. The problem is that there are too few HIV centers. Imagine if 300 million naira were to be expended in building new HIV centers in the country. I want to believe that more than the 250,000 of those treated now would be treated. Now, while the poor infected HIV patient refuses to go for checkup because he's scared of the stigma, or even is afraid to know, people tell me that the knowledge of being HIV positive will kill them. But that's not true. Because once you don't know that you are HIV possible, meanwhile, the HIV itself continues to invade the CD4 cells, continues to destroy them, continues to destroy the CD4 cells to the extent that too few CD4 cells remain. And when this happens, the human body becomes a free-for-all session for all the zillions and zillions of germs that are floating around. The result of this is known. We have series and series of opportunistic infections. And watch, see what happens. The patient goes around suffering from one infection after another. It could be cough, sometimes it could be tuberculosis. Rashes develop all over his bodies. He cannot eat. Today he is sick, tomorrow he is ill. The female develops vaginal thrush, but she believes that it is toilet disease, so she doesn't go anywhere. She continues to wash the vagina with all sorts, hoping that the toilet disease will go away. Meanwhile, the devastating opportunistic infections destroy all the red blood cells as much as it can, leading to severe anemia. And this could be the end of that patient. And then, at this point in time, when the disease come and go one after the other, what I call the Niger diagnosis sets in. Some say it is spiritual attack. Some say it's multiple typhoid. Some say it is malignant malaria. Instead of going to meet the doctor who is the expert or to go to the HIV centers. Finally, the patient succumbs to these myriads of infection. And what happens? He just drops dead. We advise that even do not wait to see any of these signs. Go to an HIV clinic, and the chances are that you are likely to survive. But what I want to tell my dear listeners and viewers is that if you are still undecided, you don't know what to do, you are scared of going for checkup, but you suspect something is wrong with you because of this incessant typhoid and malaria, please start taking Jobelyn at a very high dosage. But better still, pop into the nearest HIV clinic. Most of them are free of charge. You don't need to pay a dime. So take my hit today, go check yourself, but while you are still making up your mind, please start taking Jobelyn. It will help lengthen your life until finally you make your decision.